So we've just arrived in Edinburgh, which is the 500th mile of the road trip. So we've made it. This is Edinburgh Castle behind me. I don't know if you can see where I'm pointing. And if we've got time, we've got literally like 10 minutes to get to the destination. We're gonna go on a free walking tour. If we don't make it in time, then we'll probably get a bus tour or something like that. But yeah, excited to explore Edinburgh. I've been here once before, but it was literally driving through. I was working, so I couldn't stop. So looks like a beautiful city, so I'm really excited to explore it. How much are you enjoying Edinburgh?
It's very good.
It's the biggest smile I've seen you have all week. Maybe. Is it because you're about to have a burger? Yes. So we've just finished doing the free walking tour, which was really good. Yeah, highly recommend it. Anyone who's coming to Edinburgh and's got the time. I think it started at 1 o'clock from like a relatively midpoint on the Royal Mile, short distance from the Edinburgh Castle. And it was really informative, and it didn't just take you to places that you would expect to see, for example Edinburgh Castle, but it would take you through like some of the smaller streets, and she was very, very knowledgeable about small like random facts that were like quite quirky, you wouldn't expect of the city, or different stories of people that used to live in Edinburgh, and different monuments, and also she took us to a graveyard where there's quite a lot of reference to, well, it's not a reference to Harry Potter, but J.K. Rowling got a lot of the inspiration for some of the characters there, and it overlooks a school which is said to have inspired J.K. Rowling for the idea of Hogwarts. So it was just really interesting. It's stuff that we wouldn't have ever found if we'd just come here and explored the city on our own. We would have just walked past, either not seen it or not understood the like the history of it. So, and then at the end, because it is a free tour, you're not obliged to leave a tip, but we left a tip, didn't we? We tipped £10, and she was more than happy. And yeah, we then asked where we could go grab something for lunch, and she personally she walked that way with us, and she gave us some other information about what to do and see in the city, because we said we've only got one day here. So it's really good, and we enjoyed it that much that we're tempted to go on the nighttime ghost tour tonight, which is also free of charge. They just run off tips, so we're tempted to go do that one. But yeah, she was really good. Is her name Dove?
Yeah.
Dove.
Good name.
So yeah, if you're in Edinburgh, highly recommend the free tour, and if you get Dove, then yeah, really good, really good. So we've just been to Ox 184 and had a burger. It was recommended to us by the tour guide, and it was good. Service was quite slow, but it was funny enough. It was a good burger. Right, you're eating your drumstick. At the end, like most restaurants give you chocolates or mints, Ox 184 gives you drumsticks. So we're now heading to the Royal Mile to do a tour of the underground city of Edinburgh. So apparently it gets quite busy, so we're going to see if we can get on by literally just turning up, and it might be a case that we have to book a slot for later on in the day, but we're going to see. So we've just gone to book onto the Mary King's Close tour. We've been able to get one of the last available slots of today, which was at 8:30, which unfortunately clashes with the free ghost tour that we were going to do, because that starts at 7 o'clock, and I think it runs for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So we're thinking about going to the ghost tour and explaining that we might have to leave early, which I'm sure they'll be fine with, and we'll still tip them. So yeah, we've literally got about four hours now. Yeah. Four hours to explore, obviously on our own accord. So, and the walking tour this morning was quite good because it's given us our bearings. We know where the main things are in relation to where we are. So yeah. Okay, so unfortunately we couldn't do the ghost tour, the free ghost tour that we're planning on doing. It does run most evenings, but whoever was going to do the tour tonight was unable to make it, which is a bit of a shame, but it was a free tour anyway, so you couldn't really complain. But we're still doing the tour of Mary King's Close, so we're currently waiting. We've got about 15 minutes until the next tour leaves, which I believe is the last one, which is apparently the last one of the day. Don't quite know what to expect. So I've seen footage of the underground city of Edinburgh on TV before, and it looks quite scary, and not very nice things happen down there, so a little bit apprehensive, but it will be good. It'll be good. Okay, so we've just done Mary King's Close, and it was a good tour, really good tour. Haven't really done anything like that before, and it wasn't scary, was it? It was just all about the history of the underground city of Edinburgh and why it was covered up and what it would be like to live down there, and yeah, it was good. Recommend, obviously, if you are in the area, popping in, because it's something quite unique, isn't it? So it was good. A little bit eerie, but I mean the way that they light it, it's like low light, quite subtle. But yeah, and you get a guide, so they basically take you from room to room and tell you the room that you would be in, what it would be used for, and how many people would be living in there, and the type of living conditions. So yeah, we enjoyed it. So yeah, just gonna work out what we're gonna do now with our last baked potato. I think it'll be closed. But yeah, we've got all day parking here in Edinburgh, so we can stay for as long as we want, really. But we've got about 40-minute drive back to the hotel, so don't know. Might stay for a drink or two and then say goodbye to the city, and then yeah. It's been a really good day in Edinburgh. It's our longest day that we've had on the trip, isn't it? That we've spent in one location, and it's been a good location to do that with. So really enjoyed it. This is the start of my 500 miles for 500 subscribers road trip from Dover to Scotland.